Welcome again, my people. The channel is Malachi mmmrowe. I'm here viewing a river, and you can see that there's some tree falling in it, and a number of hedging and weed in the water. And this leads to river degradation. And that's a sore point, because the rivers, we depend on the rivers for irrigation purposes. We also depend on the rivers for water. Some persons use it for fish. As I go and I try to show you the river bank, how it has been degraded, I want you to take special note. And again, I want to say, thanks for the sources that has helped me to get this new camera. First time I'm using it. Right, you can see in the water there are some amount of algae or other aquatic plants. The hedging or the river side is full of vegetation. Some of the vegetation could be removed. Just moving around to a better location so that I can bring to you what the river looks like now in its degraded state. Right? River degradation is a major issue, and pollution helps to form this sort of degradation. And the banks on the lilies and whatever is in the water need to be clean, or the river needs to be drained so that the water can be used to benefit many people. There is some amount of river degradation. This area of the river need cleaning. Serious attempt is needed at regular intervals, as vegetation at times will overgrow the banks. The river is flowing well, even though we had some torrential rain. And part of the bank that needs some amount of training and cleaning too. When we have heavy rains, much of this become overflown and erode other areas which aren't part of the river. Here goes another view from another area with a lot of aquatic plants taking over the river. And this will reduce the flow rate. Yes, it is habitat for a number of aquatic animals, particularly shrimp and fish that are spawning. But if you look further up, as the sun is up, you will see how much of the river is covered with this weed. Having moved up to that area I was showing, here's a closer look of what it's like. Closer. So this river needs cleaning. Again, rivers are very important for recreational purposes, but more importantly to the farmer as a means of collecting water to irrigate his or her crops or for his or her animals. This water is flowing, meaning there's very little time for the accumulation of toxins or disease-causing organism. And flowing again, it would have more oxygen, which makes it better for irrigation and for nutrient absorption. Again, the bank is lush. Some amount of cleaning is needed so that persons can walk. Part of this degradation is as a result of cattle being tethered or tied along the bank, and in an attempt to get water they will move down towards the river area and collect as much water that they possibly can. So I'm moving again along the bank, looking at the weed and see how well I can bring this to you. Go a little further. It seems to that vehicle will drive up here trying to get to their farm and also to do some amount of fishing. Many large fish that can be found in this river, carp and snook. So here the river seems narrow because it has been overgrown with many different weeds. We have water hyacinth, and right there water hyacinth, someone there. There's some helicona, and up in the distance there, let me see if I can bring it better. The distance we have there's a water lily. These will take over the entire place if they are not controlled and use up much of the oxygen that is present. So it flows well. But again, this river is used for irrigation. Periodically you will see men driving their vans with containers and pumping water into these containers so that they will have water for their farm. As mentioned earlier, it could be cattle and it could be for their crops. Here's a nice area. The river should be more like this. Look how the bank here is clean and here is wide, but I can see tracks of persons may cross here in an attempt to collect crawfish or crayfish or the invasive species of shrimp. We have these, I think, Australian lobster hardback or redback. So you take that view of the river. And it goes all the way down